Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency and Okuma.
Hey folks, Golofaro here for this week's video fishing forecast, and we've got a great stretch of weather coming up here. Looks perfect for the weekend. Lots of good fishing going on too. Really good fluking going on along the south shore. Very good reports coming from the ocean and from the bays, especially towards the west end bays. Of course, Montauk. A lot of quality fish still coming from Montauk. That's a really good bet. And don't forget, fluke season's winding down. We have until September 17th, so if you haven't had your fill of fluke yet, you might want to look towards doing some fluke fishing this weekend. Right now I'm over at Field 10 Jones Beach, home of the Jones Beach Fishing Station, and they're hosting a snapper derby this weekend that runs Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you want to head over here, bring the kids, and catch some snappers. Entry fee is $15, and it includes a tournament t-shirt. Taking a look at the East End. Montauk, excellent mixed bag action still. Like I said, you have the fluke. You also have great sea bass action, a lot of porgies. Regardless of what you target, there's almost always time in the day to finish off your limits on all three of those species. Bass and blue fishing still solid out there. Local rips, some guys are running to Block Island for some bigger fish. Westlake Large weighed blues up to 19.5 pounds this week. A lot of bass into the 40s, and Lazy Bones had two 13.5 pound fluke over the past week. So some real big fluke, quality bass hanging out in Montauk. On the Forks, weak fishing still very good in Noyak Bay, especially around buoy 16. A lot of smaller fish, but some bigger fish mixed in occasionally, 3, 4, 5 pounder mixed in also. Plenty of bass up to the teens, and bluefish also in the race in the gut. And porgies and sea bass, best around Fishers and Plum Island. You want to target those fish around the turn of the tide when the current slacks off, because you do get a lot of current out that way. Down along the south shore, from Riches to Debs, a lot of quality fluke in the ocean, especially towards the west, from Fire Island west to Debs. The Star Stream had a load of fish, like 3 to 7 pounds on Monday morning. Some good action in the bays too, especially, like I said, the western bays from, you got anywhere from Jones Beach area down through Reynolds Channel. The reefs and inshore pieces, very good sea bass fishing. And hey, if you don't have time to fish during the day, some of the capture boats are running these evening and night trips now targeting sea bass. The Laura Lee had over 500 sea bass on a late night trip earlier this week. So gives you an option. If you're too busy during the day, working all day, you can still get your fill of sea bass. On the far west end, still fluking's still tough. I talked to Jerry at Bernie's Bait and Tackle, and Jerry's a good fisherman. He's been out a number of times, and he said it's been tough putting together some keepers. However, all the porgies you want from shore and boat, and they're getting some decent shots of bluefish. Some of the open boats there sailing for bluefish exclusively, and they're doing pretty well. Speaking of bluefish, the big news up on the North Shore this week is going to be the WICC contest that runs through the weekend, and you have 25 grand at stake for the biggest blue. As of midweek, the Western Sound seems to be the place to be if you're looking for a big bluefish, and of course that can change the way they move around. But we haven't had that real influx of big blues yet, like into the North Shore harbors. But it could happen any day. But there'll be a lot of people looking for that $25,000 fish. Go to WICC.com for a list of entry stations on the island. You still have time to get in on that. And if you're not chasing bluefish, porgies, and more porgies. You know, throughout the sound, on the beaches, in the boats. If you're in a boat, again, probably the best technique is to drift until you get into a decent bite of fish, drop the hook, put a chum pot over, and you can whale away on them to your heart's content. In the surf, Sharks are still bending rods along the South Shore beaches. Out east it got a little crazy this past week along the Southampton beaches, Bridgehampton. Reportedly there were schools and packs of thresher sharks tearing into bunker within casting range. One guy even was able to hook 3 on plugs and actually landed one of them, lost the other 2 in the wash. So sharks still dominating the surf scene. There are a lot of small bluefish in all the inlets. I'm here at Jones. They're out here in the channel. They're in Fire Island. They're in Mauritius, and they're in Shinnecock. They're small, like I said, 1 to 2 pound stuff, but it's something to bend the rod, and they are good eating. Don't forget, we got the surf show coming up Thursday, September 14th. It's at the Huntington Hilton. It runs from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Loaded with surf-related vendors. We have ongoing seminars and clinics. It's a big raffle. Everyone gets a free ticket to the raffle, and it's $20 to get in the door, $15 if you're 16 or under. So things are looking really good for this weekend weather-wise. Try to get out, get some fishing in, and we hope to see you at the surf show on the 14th. Till next week, Fred Golofaro here for thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21 DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today.